Oh my God. What do you got going on there, buddy?
We don't want to talk about it, but you know, I gotta make sure.
Yeah,
we don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah, we don't want to get demonetized, but I gotta make sure we're good.
Clean it up. All right.
Pineapple colada, see?
Ooh, smells good.
Hey, what's going on?
Smash it.
Yeah, smash something for me.
Yeah, just smash it.
Smash the like button.
Perfect.
Be a part of the Smash gang.
And if they're watching, they probably already did the alert.
Oh yeah, they smashed something before they started watching our videos.
Perfect.
Yep. All right, guys, we're here to do another chat. This is the Casino Quest channel. We're gonna do Old Vegas, New Vegas.
Old Vegas, New Vegas. You go.
Yeah, before we begin,
Yep.
check out our Patreon page. As of today is March 7th, 2020. We have 152 friends on Patreon. 152 friends, yeah. And we just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting us.
Yes,
thank you guys between the Dealer School and Casino Quest. Check out our Patreon page. We do have exclusive videos on there. We're actually doing giveaways again as well.
Giveaways.
Layouts, yeah.
Layouts. It's fantastic.
Genius.
Genius.
Yeah.
We got to give those away. We got plenty.
Yep. Also, too, if you want to come down to Casino Quest, we're at the Fast Show Mall, second floor, not next to Macy's, but Macy's Men's.
Macy's Men's.
Come down and learn how to play a casino game without losing real money. If you want to be,
it's fantastic.
Yep. Nick will pop that down right there. My
5-star reviews.
Yep.
Everybody loves it.
MyCasinoQuest.com. Also, too, Dealer School. Go ahead, David.
Here we are at CEG. Want to be a dealer? We got you hooked up.
Yep.
We got all the properties now. In fact, some news. Let's just say that we had 36 casinos in our network. Now we've got over 50.
Yep.
Over 50 casinos we have access to now with jobs and some more poker jobs.
Yep.
So World Series of Poker, we got 2 tournaments also that we're providing staff for.
Yep.
So fantastic opportunity to be a dealer.
We also added more tables here. Now we have 22 tables. So we've actually
22?
added. Yeah, we've actually had a couple more tables. So now we have 22 tables.
Yep.
So we're trying to expand
Full
out.
size, professional, former casino tables.
Yep. All right. So today somebody asked us to do Old Vegas, New Vegas.
Old Vegas, New Vegas.
And now.
Perfect.
I'll do one old, and I guess
I would be old. So first off, I'm old, and you're New Vegas.
Not necessarily.
You grew up here.
I'm born and raised here, so I'm 33.
The old Vegas is most people were not. They moved here from somewhere else. Nowadays, there are people like you that are from here.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think about some of the nostalgic stuff. So I'm just literally we don't have a list. I just jotting it off the top of my head. I'll tell you right now.
Go.
What was good about the old days, and we'll say what sucked about the old days. Let's do that.
So good about the old days. We talked about this, but comps.
Oh yeah.
Easy to get comps. So you had a friend in the casino business, rate your comp, boom, off to eat.
They used to have carbon copy paper. It wasn't a computer system. It was just like.
Dude, if you had friends in gaming, you just went in and said, hey, hook me up with a buffet. Boom, off you went. Or a restaurant sometimes.
Yep.
I mean, you had to bring money for tip.
I agree with that. I'll tell you, I'll give you another example. When I went to high school, we go to the gym, right? Afterwards, you could just go to Arizona Charlie's because they had $1.99 steak and eggs.
Oh my God, forget that. Dude, Arizona Charlie's, they had a $1 meatloaf sandwich with a drink.
Yeah.
If you work Graveyard, 49-cent stack of pancakes with orange juice from Graveyard.
And then in the
holy crap.
Yeah, and then in the previous chat,
I forgot all about that.
You said 50-cent shrimp cocktail?
50 cent.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I mean, you know, $1 shrimp cocktail, dude.
What year was that?
2004.
Okay, wow. Mid-90s, 50. You know, things have changed. So that was 91. Oh my God, really?
Yeah. 99 cents. Dude, that was awesome. I used to take a girl on a date. I'm like, hey, where do you want to go? I'm like, oh yeah, we're going downtown.
At the gate.
2 shrimp cocktails, please.
$2. $2 and done. Yeah.
I was like Dave Chappelle and Half Baked.
Dude, if you were a smoker, which you know you don't want to be a smoker, but if you were a smoker, you have free cigarettes everywhere downtown. That was the biggest difference between downtown and the Strip. The Strip, it was a little harder to get like a pack. They would only give them out in packs. Downtown, they would put up these like round little things, and you could pull singles and smoke. Just they just kept you there. Gate had them, Horseshoe had them. You follow? Yeah.
New Vegas, that's a good thing. And I actually tell people like this is actually a good thing, but good thing is, first off, human resources, I know people have mixed opinions about it, but first off, there was no Me Too movement back then.
No, there's no HR really.
There was no HR.
No.
Whatever the boss want to do, they could do.
Yeah, yeah.
That was actually a thing, especially in the mob days.
They could send you right off, right from the pit. You're fired. Get out.
Yep.
They would take your apron and walk you right out.
Yep. So
security would come, take you right out.
Another example too is like, for example, when the South Point first opened, they were trying to figure out if there was money losing or something like that. They used to switch dealers on different shifts.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, so back in the day, it wasn't like, hey, your swing shift. It was
now
like,
you need like a hug. You can't write me up without a hug.
So when we have some students and they're like, well, I can only work this day and this day and this day and this day.
No.
In the mob days, it was like, yeah, next week you're working graveyard. We don't really give enough. No.
Yeah. Plus, there were actually casinos. If you wanted to work some really good casinos on the Strip and get started, they would start you. You'd have to sit at your phone and wait for them. There were no. I mean, you could have an answering machine, but normally if you had an answering machine and take a message, they would just you literally had to sit at your house. So I have a friend that went to the DI.
Yep.
And he got in by sitting box, but you know back then it was being a dealer that was the money, and he would literally go home from his shift, sit home by his phone and wait for a call, praying that they would call him in to deal, because it was like just a money job back then.
Yeah.
I mean, you had no option. There were a few other casinos that did that. That's a different deal. Nowadays, you know, they email you, they leave a message for you. In fact, we have a dealer, for example, just recently, right? And she's had a difficult time just completing her app. I'm not sure what she's not completing, but the casino has gone so far as to like call me and remind me and follow up with her, and there's this whole process over. Years ago, you'd have been out. Yep. Forget about it. You didn't answer your phone, forget about it. Done. Yep. Do you know that like the first 10 years I was in this business, I never even had a resume or an application. I would go in there, audition, and either get hired or not hired. Well, I never had to fill out anything.
Yeah, that's how it worked though. You just it was based on how you dealt.
Dude, now the very first place I had to fill out an entire like application was the IP.
Yep.
And they recorded the interview. I had to fill. I'm like, what the hell? I don't have any of this information. They wanted to know where I lived and what job references. I knew nothing. After then, I had never really had to fill anything out. I was literally just either a good dealer or I was hired. By the way, I auditioned a lot of places back in the day. That's how you did it. You just showed up, auditioned, and you know, they either hired you or they didn't. There was no like, well, follow up with you, or you know what I mean? But anyways, I'm trying to keep it short. I'm trying to quick, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Millennial friendly. Go ahead.
We'll turn up the music like in the
Oscars. Oh my God, you got like 8 seconds to respond.
I'll tell you another difference between old Vegas and new Vegas. First off, new Vegas, because it's very corporate, which is, I mean, once again, you have your mixed opinion. Guess what? Look, all these sports teams are coming here now. That wouldn't have been a thing in the mob days.
The which ones?
All the sports teams coming here.
Oh, yeah, no, for real.
Mob, they hated the mob. So, like, the whole, that would have been, so Vegas is still mob days. There would be no Golden Knights, no Raiders, no possible MLB team, no possible NBA team, no MLS team.
That was not a thing.
That would never be a thing.
And by the way, there really was the mob days. The mob was still, even though the days of, like, the mob running money out the back door had stopped, there was still a lot of these old-time Italian. You walked into most casinos and there was like some Italian guys up back, you know, running the place. You know, that was just a thing. So a lot of that mentality still existed back when we started, or 90s and 2000. Obviously the mob and, you know, well, we're not sure exactly when they were sort of shut off. Once it got all corporate, they were sort of shut off.
Yeah.
But,
No, I would tell you the one thing that's different too about back in the day between now, if you stole money during the mob days.
Oh yeah, no, you know.
Yeah.
It was rough. Yeah, you
I mean, they still arrest you, but mob days.
Still money. No, you didn't take the money.
You wouldn't steal shit from them.
No. Plus, and you know, back in those days, it wasn't really customer first, it was dealer first. Customers were kind of second. You had to, like, as a customer, there were certain casinos, for example, that you came dressed up and you played like, you know, Win, the Golden Nugget. He liked to see his players wear it looking nice. You know what I mean? That was a thing. It was well known. You know what I mean? I mean, there's actually stories where he asked someone to, like, get cleaned up or dressed up. There was a famous story about a guy that won a bunch of money and was just looking like a, you know, ragamuffin or a vagabond, and Win went over to him and just, you know, took him to get him a suit. You know what I mean? Because this was the expectation. Nowadays, people show up in, like, you know, whatever the hell they want. You know what I'm saying? In, like, pajamas. Like, I don't know what the whole pajama movement is. Everyone says they're joggers, but they look like pajamas, and they got flip-flops and a Hawaiian shirt. It's like the new Vegas uniform. You know what I mean? For tourists.
It's like my shit gambler say shirt.
It's like, yeah, can we say El Douchery? I mean, I don't know. Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, oh, that's fine. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, it's like shit gamblers say, yeah, no, everything has changed. Much more casual. Can you breastfeed at the tables now? Is that a thing? I mean, do they have that fight yet?
I'll let it pass.
All right, there you go. Because that would be very PC of casinos to let, you know.
You're sitting there breastfeeding your kid while taking secondhand smoke. Perfect.
Can you imagine that? Just sitting there at a casino.
Perfect.
You're probably smoking and breastfeeding.
Perfect.
So they're the same
that's gonna
thing.
go really well.
Yeah, that's going to go over nice. Now we just lost some subscribers, buddy.
I'll give you another example that's different about Vegas. The other thing that's different about Vegas is that everyone back in the day had a break-in at the El Cortez. And I'm not talking about the El Cortez now. El Cortez now is actually quite nice because the fact that you have all the bars, Zappos, Container Park. I'm talking about all that shit gone. That was it. When I was in high school, downtown was dangerous. 15 years ago, 15, 20 years ago,
like
downtown was a shithole.
Dude.
There was no Zappos, none of that stuff. Kids seriously used to get stuff done to them for lunch money.
Oh yeah. Hey, it was El Cortez and the gate. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
But past the El Cortez, by the way, there was the Western.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
If you ended up at the Western, it was like, oh god, man, that's the end of the road.
So that's the thing that's great. That's the one thing about the students. I'm like, well, that's where I pulled my old man card out, because I'm like, when I hear the students, some of the students, they get a little bit entitled sometimes. It's like, dude, you had to go deal to crackheads at the El Cortez for at least 3 months before they even let you move on.
By the way,
and on top of that, in order for you to work on the strip, you had to work at a local casino for 2 years before you had to go to the strip.
Yeah, they didn't let you.
Now we got students 3 months, 6 months going to the strip.
We had a student 2 weeks on the strip.
Yeah. It's crazy because when I went to school, literally it was like, they looked at your resume and they're like, 2 years, not enough. You know, like, you got to wait another 2 years, kid.
So interestingly, the Western existed, and it was like, you know, because you go to El Cortez or the gate, they would just check you for a pulse. If they weren't sure you had a pulse, then you had to go to the Western kind of thing. But literally, like, you didn't want to walk. You parked your car and you waited for other people to join. So I actually have a friend of mine who dealt there, you know, many years ago. They didn't make a lot of money, as you could well imagine. And when you parked your car, you waited for other people to come first before you exited your car and walked into the casino.
Downtown is completely gentrified compared to like
Fremont Street was rough.
Dude,
a lot of weekly places, a lot of hoes.
It was so bad. I went, just to let you guys know, if you look at Google Maps, El Cortez, I went to Las Vegas Academy. That was a magnet high school. They would not let us leave campus to go eat lunch. That was at a time where you would actually be able to leave lunch, eat, and come back. They wouldn't let us leave campus.
No. Yeah, a lot of that foot traffic went down to like Boulder, but yeah, they cleaned that whole place up now. It's all gentrified.
Yeah, it's all gentrified. They push that shit out, or it's like pushed down more down downtown.
Yeah, all that stuff. Nice.
So, anyways, that's the old Vegas.
That is old and new. All right, what else you got?
Okay, so I like the fact that our city's grown so much, but but the only thing that sucks, that really irritates me, is the 9 to 5 traffic here. It wasn't a thing when I was growing up.
Oh, that's true. You know what's so weird? I remember many years ago, I'm at the Stardust. I'm playing at the Stardust, and I'm there with a friend of mine, and we're talking to this dealer. And I don't think I had moved here yet. It was sometime before that, or very close. But anyways, this woman was saying, the one thing I love about Vegas, you can go from one side of town to the other in 20 minutes.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. That's absolutely been changed.
Oh yeah. You
can't go down the street in 20 minutes. Holy crap.
I mean, it's still okay. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, a skateboard beat me to the strip the other day. Just saying.
So it's not as bad as California. I went to, like, for example, I went to go visit my girlfriend in Koreatown. I looked on Google Maps and I was like, oh, 2 miles away? That's not far. It took me 20 minutes to go 2 miles.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's hilarious.
That's horrendous.
No,
now,
it is horrendous.
It's still not bad, but the 9 to 5 traffic is pretty bad compared to, you know, what it used to be back in the day. You used to literally be able to go from, like, Boulder City to, like, North Las Vegas 30 minutes easily.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, and the highways weren't even that good back then. And they have a lot more roads, you still can't. Yeah, they didn't plan for that well. That's the whole thing. We grew up too fast.
Yeah. I mean, now they're starting to fix it and all that stuff, but still, the 9 to 5 traffic is,
You know, one of the other older news about here, if you come out here, is like, if you haven't been to Vegas in a very long time, the neighborhoods have absolutely changed. Like, a lot of places that used to be, like, a lot of classic Vegas neighborhoods are little, like, you know.
Yeah, we can't say because, you know.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about, but they're not as nice as they used to be. They've been, you know, they've changed. And then a lot of the older neighborhoods that you'd be surprised have really, you know, come up. So what's weird is that area across from the Stroud on the other side, I have a friend of mine who bought a house there not a couple years ago, and it's slowly really starting to do well. I mean, a lot of, you know, people are fixing up their homes or trying to move. You know, that whole area has been transitioning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I grew up on the southwest part of town my whole life.
Yeah.
And there's one area, I don't want to say the cross streets, but it was like a really nice lower, I mean, not lower, it was a nice middle class neighborhood. And then when I drive by there now, it's like kind of, sort of, almost hood. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, a lot has changed in
It's
Vegas.
like the outer parts are like, you know, like the
That's why we tell you, like, if you're planning to come to Vegas, you're interested in being a dealer, you know, give us a call, let us know. Oh my God, I'll tell you a big one. Okay. The big one used to be when you played these slot machines. you got to like, instead of just pressing a button or being all digital, I mean, you literally had to pull the reel, and then you had hoppers. The hoppers were where that spit out the silver. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I love that sort of tactile feel of being able to like cash out. The greatest thing for me is if you work, if you, first of all, there was a lot more people employed on the cashier side of it, right? Because you needed people to fill up the machines and give you change. It was so much fun. One of the very first times I went and played on a carousel besides a Glitter Gulch was at Circus, where they had like, you know, the circle of slot machines, and there would be a lady in the middle, and she would be handing you coins. You could buy in, and she'd hand you like a rack of silver to play the dollar machines. You know what I'm saying? It seemed so much fun, and they would sit there and tap the top of the machine and wish you luck, and you know what I mean? Like all that's gone. Like now you just sort of, you just sit there, and it's like, you know, almost virtual reality. You know, the whole digital thing and the engrossing, but. I used to go to the Showboat. This doesn't even exist anymore.
No, I played bowling. I played bowling in high school there.
Yeah, so Showboat. They had one of the best seafood buffets, one of the very first actual seafood buffets. Oh, the stories we could tell. But okay, I'm trying to keep it short. But there was one woman there who we would go to on swing shifts. So we used to have to get. There were so many people that wanted to go to the seafood buffet. You had to go get a ticket. You had to play and get a ticket. And so there was this one woman who and her bank of machines, like she would show up every swing shift, and that was her bank of machines. It was like 10, 12 slot machines that she would manage. And we just loved playing that. I mean, just having her there, you know, she would bang on the machine, she would wish you good luck, she would talk a lot of crap. And of course, that was back when everyone was smoking. So you'd see her back there smoking, and you know, she'd be giving you cigarettes. I mean, it's fantastic. A lot of that has sort of gone. You know what I mean? That's why I think like even today, like younger people love table games because they get that, you know, personal experience. They're already disconnected on their phones and their video games. They come to Vegas for the whole thing. You know, they want to meet somebody. They want to have the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So like that's one of the things that changed. That whole, dude, your hands used to get so dirty, man. Do you remember all the silver? Whenever you cash out, like I used to play a lot of nickels. I used to love working those people to death. I need a fill over here, buddy. I need a fill, because they only had like 2,000 nickels in the machine. All right, come on over here. I need some coins. And it would say hopper empty. It couldn't spit it out anymore.
Yeah, they have to come refill it.
That was one thing that was kind of like, you know, dull, is like you'd have to sit there, but it was kind of cool. You'd wait while everything gets coins just spit out.
Spit out. Yeah, the big giant slot buckets.
Bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket. Oh, it's fantastic. I love that. Old and new, buddy.
Okay, one more example.
Go. Only one more?
I'll tell you the one thing. So it's kind of sort of on the food basis, but so back in the day, all the food and everything revolved around the casinos. There weren't too many restaurants because it was cheaper for you to go to the casino, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because of those stories we told you about.
No,
the dollar.
for real.
Okay, so now, because of the fact that the casinos, because they're corporation owned now, so because of that, indirectly, the food scene in Vegas is, with all the people moving here from California and all that stuff, the food scene here is like unbelievable.
Off the rails, dude. Even the foodie trucks are big.
Yeah.
Even the truck, people have to actually go.
So that's the one.
All of them.
So if it wasn't for the casinos cutting back on that stuff, there wouldn't be a bajillion restaurants here. Now there's like, by the way, on our Patreon, I put together a list of all my personal restaurants.
You put it up there?
Almost ready.
Oh, fantastic.
So by the time they see this, it'll already be up there.
Wow. That is absolutely true. So, you know, back in the day, the casinos used to give away food and shows.
Loss Leader. It was a loss leader.
The Riviera had like 5 or 6 shows, dude. And they were either, if you played it all, you got it all comp. The shows are free. They had La Cage and Splash and, you know, Crazy Girls, tons of shows, and everything was just free. The buffet was cheap.
I would love a casino to just do something again as a loss leader, just to get drive. I would do it if I was a casino owner.
I know, it just seems like, I know, that's the one part about Vegas I miss too. Like, you know, walk in, now you got to pay literally out the nose for everything.
The restaurants, though, I mean, that's cool. The food scene here is unbelievable. All these people moving here from California, like, they've all developed these restaurants the last 5 years, so it's been pretty good.
The food trucks are tremendous, just absolutely. I mean, there's actually food trucks that went from food truck to strip. To strip. Like that pink tacos thing.
Or like Fuku Burger.
Yep, Fuku Burger. They have I think they have 2 locations, right? They went from a food truck to like big.
Yeah.